My friend's birthday's coming up and I need to make something for him. So I got the idea of making a party game for me and the people at his party to enjoy. But the winner of this party game is going to get the present. So I gotta make sure I rig it. Alright. So, this is like a serious thing. I actually have to get this done before his birthday. Or else it will not look good on me. I've already told him I'm doing something. So, good luck me. Well, I even got out the good paint program. Like, I gotta make a good design document. Okay. So, I don't even know what I need to do here. I don't even know. I like had a few ideas, but not a lot. Not enough for whatever I'm thinking about doing here. Well, this ended up well. All right, let's maybe try something a little bit different, right? We're gonna go back here. Let's start it simple, right? Actually, we can go here. Because what good thing does any party game need, right? Get over here. Party game, okay? Of course. There you go. Of course, a party game is gonna require, you know, multiple players, right? We're gonna have some form of mini game because, you know, party game. Unless we're like talking about, what was it, Dokkan Kingdom? Dokkan Kingdom? I don't know. That's a party game, but it doesn't have mini games, which I don't know. Good thing to think of. Dokkan Kingdom. I apologize if I butchered that. I don't know anything about this. You know, of course, it has to be rigged. You know, in Birthday Boy's favor. So I need to make sure I properly rig it, and I'm properly able to rig this party game. And luckily, you know, I'm sure somebody might think, especially me, what if he sees it? Like, this is supposed to be a secret until day of. But luckily, he doesn't know about my channel. So I am free to upload whatever he wants and hope it doesn't go viral for him to find. Okay, additionally, I already know this will be some random laptop that'll be played on. So we cannot have it skill-based. Alright, no skill-based stuff here. We're not doing random laptop stuff. No, so I'm not making Elden Ring. It would be, I did try to make Elden Ring before, or at least something similar to that. That was for his last party, but I learned quite quickly that the laptop that it's played on is very underpowered for this. So, anything else I need? Nothing that I can think of right now. So, let's start by, well, I guess making the players, right? That's a pretty important thing. So, let's, do I sprite it or do I text it? That's a great question, me. I'll probably just do text. I can have variables with text, can I? Yeah, I can do that. So that'll be good. BB text. Sure. Yeah, I'll do BB text. Alright, what random font files do I have? Where do I store my font files? What font are you? I didn't think about, you know, fonts ahead of time. Luckily, I don't need to worry about, you know, commercial licensing of the font. Because this will not be commercially licensed, but that's not a bad font, actually. You know, if I do, like, player 1, right? How does that look? Not bad. I can work with that. I don't know what font this is, but I can work with it. Rodin Himawari Pro UB? Is that like ultra bold? I don't know, but I can work with you. Okay. First thing, we're gonna have it all, you know, I don't know. Apparently I don't. Center. Oh, I hate how it does it. It's only for like the line after, so how do I do that again? I think I do this and then have a ton of spaces here to start. Yeah. And there we go. Now it's center aligned. Good, good. So now I don't need to worry about that. And then I can have... for now, I'm just going to call them points. And of course, player 1 is going to be Birthday Boy. I don't need to do anything too specific with the names. Points 0. And then I can edit that later. I can actually have a variable here. Add a variable. It will be a number, yes. And this will be points. Pounce. Pounce. Is that a... I'm thinking it's like pounds and ounces. Some form of measurement sort of thing. But I don't think that's it. I don't need to worry about aesthetics right now. So, you know, we're all good here. Rename. Birthday boy score. That's him. I can copy paste it a few times, right? Okay, can I? It doesn't let me paste it. Maybe that's what the duplicate thing is for. You know, if I go here and say me. Yeah, because that's who this one's for. Me. I mean, it looks fine. You know, if I have that as one. I know I had some errors with this before. Bear with me. Where it just kind of was weird. And it spread it all across without it being its own separate thing. And then I just need 2 more. I already checked with the birthday boy to see who all was planning on being there. So I know exactly how many people I need. Me score. Why is it weirdly centered? Why do you do this? You also do that. Just less prominent. Okay, interesting. But it doesn't really matter. And then I need... The other people are generic, not important. So, player 3. And we're going to call you other guy 4. And I will just go in here. Player 3. Perfect. And you are going to be other guy 4. Perfect. Okay, so now I have these implemented. I can swap them around or change the point values because I have the points variable. It isn't too hard to do if I just go here and let's say I wanted to add his thing. I can just copy paste it all later. It's fine. Doesn't matter. But for now, well, I need to figure out what type of game this is going to be. Back to design document. Okay. So, no, go back there. No, I didn't save it, so it didn't stay. How sad. I'm sad. Okay, anyway. We need something particular here. And that was a good point. What is that one? Doka whatever? Dopan Kingdom? Let me see if I can pull up a tab for that. Because it's a decent what was I gonna say? It's a Dokapon kingdom. It is a decent, what, Topon digital language? Excuse me? Wait, hold on. I'll pull this up real quick. Which one are you? You. There you go. What is this? What is Topon? What does any of this mean? Anyway, it's Dokapon Kingdom. That's what I'm looking at. There we go. Because apparently I hear it's pretty painful, and I like that. Steam page. Yeah. Because this is a party game that doesn't have mini games. Now I feel like I just have mini games, you know, kind of for courtesy. Just kind of, because it's kind of weird without it. You know, it just has the whole RPG elements. And scheme against your friends in battle. And you can change their names. You can change the names. That's fun. That's fun. Okay, I'm adding that to my little thing. Let's see here. Change player names. There we go. That's being added to my design document because I think that is funny. Yeah, we'll take a look at the description here. I've never played this game. I just think it's kind of interesting. Because, you know, party game without the normal minigame stuffs. So I might as well. Why is it so slow? Goodness. I'm not overusing my computer that much. And then we got Neptunia. I'm kind of curious. Or not really curious the right word. After playing this game with friends, I no longer have friends. From Guy. Guy, thank you. This is exactly what I need. Perfect for my friend's birthday party. He's gonna love it. Okay. So, given this, I know a good amount about him, so I can kind of rig it that way just by knowing what options he'd choose. But other than that, I don't really know. Vernius. You know, I was watching. This is actually how I got this idea in my head from one of these Vernius videos. It was from a different different game. Goodness, I can't think once my mind is on Dokapon. Dokapon Kingdom. Well, let me go back here. Let's see. It has remote play together. Oh. Oh no. My friend better be worried. Maybe I should get this as his present. Just a copy of Dokapon Kingdom. Wait. Hold on. Let me. It's like $50. Let me check SteamDB real quick. That would be so dumb. So hilarious. Dokapon Kingdom Connect. It does go on sale. Last one on sale then, but it's kind of often. Because I could kind of like justify this and maybe like a little other thing. Because he did say he liked the stuff. So if I kind of just base it on this great game. Here, let's see. Sales. What are the upcoming sales? When is next sale? 46 days. No, I don't have that much time. Great. I don't have that much time. I doubt it's going to go on sale for the creature collector, though. Okay. That'll be something to know for later. Okay. I don't need to worry about the present just yet. I just need to figure out what to actually get him. They're not. No, I do need to worry about that. Okay. Too much stuff. Okay, go back to our design. Okay. Design document is friendly. Okay. What do I need to add? Okay. We know whatever can be cannot be skill-based. So no skill-based. For the most part, there's a few things like mashing keys that'll work. Kind of like Mario Party terms of skill-based. Well, even a little less than that. So... The main question is just what type of game do I want it to be? You know, do I kind of want it to be like the Dokapon Kingdom? Which I kind of do. I think that'd be fun to rig as well. What else? What else could it be? I mean, we could do a classic Mario Party sort of thing, or maybe one of those get to the end of the boards. Almost like Candyland, but with extras. Candyland with items. Nah, that doesn't sound as fun. I don't know. It's quite curious. I'll drink some water in deep thought. My thinking didn't help. Okay. Perhaps I just need some more inspiration. Where'd I get it from? Ooh, I know. Remember what I was talking about earlier with Vernius? Vernius, take it away. Should I be using his content? Really shouldn't be. We don't have time for that. I can't make an insanely long story mode. I don't have time for that. I got, like, how long? Maybe a week or two. Like, okay. What else? Magic the Noah, who made an easy game, but Rin Penrose died 500 times. Like, that's something.
Somehow beg my friends enough to play with me.
Luckily, I can force my friends. They are contractually obligated.
By showcasing our entire year-long playthrough in one massive video.
It's a year-long playthrough? I don't have time for that. Okay. Maybe Vernius wasn't the best idea. Oh, goodness. Here, review thread. Thanks. Give me something, man. What do people like about this? No, that's not how I should be thinking about it. The old school cheating AI? Ha! I'm not doing AI, I'm doing cheating game. But yeah, it's pretty decent, they say. That forces you to be ruthless. Yeah, my friend can be ruthless. Maybe. I don't know. I am quite interested in the Dokapon Kingdom idea, though. Yeah. I'm thinking I'm going to work with this idea for just the time being. And then we will kind of work with that a little later. Okay. We'll figure it out from there. But for now, I need player characters. So, I'm just going to do player 1 for the time being. Ooh, you can't see me create my utter masterpieces. Well, whew. If you haven't seen me do these before, you are in for a treat. It's going to be so great, and it's going to be so quick, too. Like, you won't even know what hit you. It's going to be so good. Like, I've made many games before, and I've had praises for my art, and they said, wow, Niro, this is really something, right? Ooh, and you can see my mouse even. Me having to redo all these lines just to get it really perfect. Ooh, and I'm nearly done. Just gotta put the finishing touch on. Ooh, maybe a bet. Nope, I did undos too far. I'll just redraw it. It's fine. We. Nah, I need a better one. Oh, that's a pretty good one. Yeah, that'll work. Okay. Now this one. Perfect. Perfectamundo. Ta-da! Here's our player sprite. He looks cute, doesn't he? I love the little guy. No, my hiccups are almost returning. But you see, I spent so long making the border and his little eyes and face. And this one, because it's the birthday boy, he gets a little star. What do you mean it's not good? It's perfect. I'm gonna put this in the Louvre. Like, come on, guys. Can't you tell? Let's go in the Louvre. Maybe they just need to see another one of my masterpieces. Player 2, which is gonna be for me, yours truly. You're gonna understand perfection, I tell you. Perfection. They'll see it. They'll know. Oh, I gotta make the perfectest artwork ever that perfected. I need this instead. Perfect. That's me. I have another star because I'm the guy who made the game. My hiccups. No. Water technique. I forget that thing doesn't work. Okay. Oh no, my hiccups. That's fine. Whew. Calm yourself. You must put all the tranquility into making. Oh yeah, because I have that. Player character 3. Okay, I must put all the peace and tranquility into making this next character. Peace be among us. Haha, among us. Yeah, this is looking good. Perfect. Cat ears. See, this is what every game needs. Okay. Now, for our final one. I'm doing this with no disregard to who actually is going to play these, by the way. I will assign it ahead of time. They will be forced. But who cares what character they get? They'll be fine. That's a cool color. I say as I'm red. Yeah, duh. Oh my goodness, that is too bright a red. Darker red, please. Thanks. I wanna make this character red without making them look too evil, right? Oh, I wanted to just check to see what an evil one would look like, but that is so dumb looking. That is so dumb looking. I Oh, I love it. Never mind. I'm doing the evil one. Okay. So that's how our characters will be looking. I probably should put these on a UI layer, shouldn't I? So I shall. This will be UI layer, my favorite. Layer. All these are going to UI layer. Just so I don't mess with it. I'm gonna lock it for now. That way I can't select any of these or whatever. And that way I can also make it so the camera doesn't follow them. Speaking of base layer, camera type, I forgot how to do it. It's fine. I'll just do camera in the settings there. It'll be fine. Okay. So, we have our great little characters. We have our birthday boy. We have yours truly. We have other guy who's a cat, and other guy who is a silly little evil man. Oh, I'm almost jealous of whoever's getting silly little evil man. He's great. I love silly little evil man. That's his name now. He's silly little evil man. Uh, okay. So, now I need to do, I guess, the spaces. It's a party game. Of course you're going to get spaces. Uh, so, how do I do spaces here? It's not something I've done before, you know? So I have to figure out how to make this whole new type of character or game design where they have these spaces. Well, I suppose I'll make a space real quick. I'll just make it blue space. And for the time being, it's going to be blue. Well, duh. And a circle. Good enough. Yeah, that'll work. Okay, blue circle, right? So I have all these. You know, and I could also... do I want to do different directions? I probably should do different directions, you know? Different directions. Hmm. So if they roll a dice, I suppose it'll be, because, well, I don't suppose they have to, but I don't know what else would be good. Besides, dice are easy to rig, and I need this to be rigged. So let us... I feel like this should be easy to figure out, but I don't think so. Maybe I just take an easy way out, right? And I kind of do the Pac-Man sort of tile-based thing, right? I kind of have it determined which tile has a space near it. That's going to be hard, too. You know, if it's linear, I can just, have it as a number, depending on the number is where they are, right? I mean, sure, it's going to be tedious, but, like, yes. I don't know, it's kind of hard. Surprisingly hard. Why is it surprisingly hard? To just think of how to do the movement system. Okay. So, let's not worry about, the other things for now. We're going to have our guy, and he's going to move upwards depending on what type, or just, he's gonna move upwards to the spots, right? So I suppose we'd have to determine adjacent tiles, right? In this case, this one's adjacent to this one, which is adjacent to this one, right? And you can't skip from one to another. So I should figure out how to do that. I should probably have it done by the blue spaces themselves and then just kind of teleport the player to it, I think. But then the player still needs to be stored which tile he actually is on, right? I don't know. Let's determine which tile is adjacent to another first. So, because even if they are close, they may not exactly be adjacent, right? There's like a cliff face in between them. And that's not gonna work. So I can't just do it by proximity, right? Unless I do it really dumb and I do an array for every single one of them, determining which tile to do it with. And of course, that would be dumb, right? We can do account linked objects. Unless I just do a random tutorial. I could check to see if there's a random tutorial. Hold on, let me do that real quick. Okay, so thanks to a user blah blah blah. Thanks to a user called Keith1357 on the GDevelop forums, I've discovered apparently there's just a tool for this called link pathfinding. What does it do? I have no idea, but apparently it works with it. Let me pull up the docs. What is it? What does it mean? You can build a grid, which I would probably have to do. Let's see here. Well, this doesn't tell me too much, but I will go with that. We will not rotate the object. Yeah, so if I go to here, and I go this, then there should be a section for, yes, link pathfinding. So forget the path, move to a position, crossable objects, destination objects. Cost class? Cost class? What in the world does any of this mean? Don't you just love it when you have to learn new things in the middle of trying to make one thing work? I'm trying to figure it out according to the docs, which you cannot see, by the way. Why did I do that? But there you go. Here's the docs, right? Like, oh, I can open a project online. A tactical game. Perfect. This'll work. There we go. Goodness, what in the world is going on? Why is it all so gritty? Okay, events. I'm stealing from you. Thanks. Terrain link. Let's see. Red unit is at a node. If he reached his destination, then he forgets the path. Okay. And you link some things. All red unit linked. What? Using red unit variable cost class, variable string cost class. So red unit. Okay. And he has a cost class thing. Naval unit. Air unit, ground unit. Well, what's that supposed to mean? There's an Ask AI button? That's a thing now? How do I make board game pathfinding? Well, great. I have to update my game version. Or, yeah, my software version for it to work. This is just the web version. Maybe I do that. Because I am almost at a loss. No, I might have some idea. I might have some idea indeed. I just need to figure out how to link them together. So like I choose this one. How do I figure out link tools? Cost. 1 and 1. Okay. How does it tell me what it's linked to though? Because it doesn't seem to do that. Update map? Yeah, I don't think this is helping out much. I've updated my versions. Okay. I now have the AI button. I still have 43 answers. How do I make a board game? We'll go a Mario Party like pathfinding system. All right, AI. Give it to me straight, bud. Am I dead? Will I find out in 3, 2, 1? I'm not. I don't know. What am I looking? Okay. Yeah. Interesting. He kind of copied from the docs. It's not a grid layout, though. Let's see here. Linked objects tool is an extension. Oh, it just pulled up on a web page, which is the same thing that I already had open. If I go to blue space, behavior, linked objects, the only one there is the pathfinding, but extensions are elsewhere, which is already here. Let's see here. And on your grid layout, yeah. Currently, you can using the link two objects together. I mean, I kind of have to be able to get one from the other. I have to, but that's not quite what I want, right? Let's see here. Does player movement. When it's player's turn, get their input for a direction to move. Is that an intersection? Use the move to position action to set the destination for the player object. Dice rolling game logic. Let's see, right key pressed. Then it does other stuff. But it does have their position stored on the actual thing. Interesting. So, as such, I'm going to forego this whole link system, and I'm going to do it myself. Okay. So as such, each space is going to correspond with one of these, and it'll be array based. Just because I feel like it. As such, perhaps I should build the map first. That's probably a decent idea. Map and spaces and stuff. Before I do any of this, programmy stuffs. And I don't have to stay in this box. I can just move out of it and have the camera follow. Okay. And so that also begs the question, what type of spaces do we want, right? Because what type of game are we doing, right? We had, Dokapon Kingdom thrown around earlier. Maybe we kind of want to do the exact same thing. I probably don't want to do that, though. I want it to be more specific to Mr. Birthday Boy. So therefore, I gotta remember what Mr. Birthday Boy likes. Great question. Hold on as I look through our messages. Well, that didn't get me much of anywhere. I checked and then nothing really clicked with me, right? It's not to say that I didn't find a few things, but nothing really clicked. So therefore, I make it up myself. When in doubt, I'm the deciding factor. Look at me here. I don't have a star on my cheek for nothing. Ha ha ha. But that guy has cat ears, and I love this guy, so maybe I shouldn't. Maybe I should forgo the role. Anyway, let us do. What do I like? I do like the classic star-based galactic-y exploration. That's too boring, though. I say too boring. Yeah. Like, how do I murder my friends? Or more accurately, have the birthday boy murder everyone else. Let's take a look here. And by take a look, I mean I'm just thinking. Thinking deep thoughts. It's a really good question. Genshin Impact. I've been having a lot of trouble with Genshin lately. Mostly because I didn't get the gacha character I wanted. But, as I do enjoy it. My friend does not enjoy it. But that doesn't mean it has to be Genshin. You see. Turn-based Genshin. I don't know. Him thinking. Yeah, I've resigned myself to doing Dokapon Kingdom, by the way. That is the type of game we're doing here. And I might add a mini game or two every now and then, but it will be Dokapon. Which means I need to give the players a reason to absolutely kill each other, right? Be ruthless, as one of the reviews said. So what is more ruthless? Great question. I don't know what's ruthless. Let us pull up our great handy dandy thingy again. Apparently, it's already up. I didn't even know. Great. Okay. What is United Kingdom? Excuse me. I know what the United Kingdom is, Google. What, do you not think I know what the United Kingdom is? What is ruthless? I know what that word means. I don't know. United Kingdom. What is this? Yalebooks.co.uk is a book called Ruthless. A New History of Britain's Rise to Wealth and Power. What? Okay. So. I just knew. I figured it out. Okay. Okay. Now, of course, there's a present, right? But cute girl. All the guys are men. All the guys there are going to be men. So cute girl would totally work. That's what they're going to be fighting over. How are they going to be fighting over it? Gladiatorial combat. All right, this will work. I am prepared. Okay. Okay, back here. Right. I need a placeholder cute girl. Sprite, import image. Let me see here. What do I have a file on my computer named cute? I have two. Ooh, okay. Do I choose cute girl guitar or cute girl smiley face? Keep in mind, I don't know what girl they actually are. But I'm gonna choose cute girl smiley face. Oh, hey, that's one of my thumbnails before. Yeah, you'll work. You are on the UI layer. Hold on. You want base layer. Cute girl smiley face. Perfect. Actually, I am curious now. What was cute girl guitar? Cute girl guitar. Ah, it's another one of my thumbnails, of course. But yes. This is the cute girl we're going to be fighting? No. It's a placeholder for the time being, but I need that as inspiration, right? Because all these people are going to be fighting over the cute girl, right? So, therefore, I need to figure out how this is going to work. Okay, back to design document. Right. So, if we're going to fight in gladiatorial combat for the sake of a girl, what all do we need, right? Well, everyone knows gladiators need money. We also need power, right? Do I make drinking a game mechanic? Well, we'll make drinking a game mechanic, right? We're probably gonna want armor as well. We're gonna have some special skills, I'm sure. What else do you want? Ooh, perfect idea. We're gonna have girls' choice. And this is another opportunity to rig. This will be like our bonus stars, right? Our At the end of the game, the girl will choose which character she likes the best. And of course, it's gonna be the birthday boy, because, you know, he's the birthday boy. I gotta rig it. So, therefore, that's what we're gonna be doing. Okay. And of course, we're gonna have random events. You know, it's not a party game without random events. All right. So, with that figured out, let us start building the thing. If I was any other YouTuber, we'd be going into a full montage, but I am not any other YouTuber. Red space. It's a space that's red. Oh, come on. There, good enough. Yep. Red space, good. Good. What other things do we need? We need probably a shop space. And it'll be a cool space, I tell you. Everyone loves cool spaces. Nah. Now, all of these are placeholder art, but I would like to note that there is a popular saying that says, no artwork is more permanent than placeholder art. So, yeah. Here's our shop space. We're going to have an event space. And these will just be, well, do I want event spaces for random happenstance, or do I want, like, you know, specific areas for it? Nah, we'll do that. More opportunity for rigging, you know. And so that'll be this. It's like a turquoisey color. Because I don't know what else I'd do. According to my document, what else? Skills. Yeah, I'd probably want some form of you know, character. I don't know what's the word. I forgot. Anyway, maybe I should start. Nah, I don't want to design the map just yet. Well, maybe I do want to do that. Do I place down these first, or do I want to do a map? Because either way, I'll need to do one or the other. And yes, I will have the map as just a separate file, so I don't have to do a map function. If they want to check the map, they are more than welcome to open up the JPEG on the computer and zoom in as they wish. So maybe I do wish to work on a map. Which software do I make it in? Do I do it here or elsewhere? It's very art heavy, this type of game. And I'm not an artist, so I have a hard time with this. Like, do I do this format? Do I not? If I'm gonna do tile. This will be grass. Grass tile. I won't bore you with too much more. You know, looking at things and stuff. Like, here you go. Here's my placeholder grass tile, right? There you go. Decent enough, right? Placeholder grass tile, let's do a floor layer. Add a layer. We'll go down here. Floor layer. This will just be for everything in the background, like this grass. Wee. To which I can, have all these tiles and stuff. Red tiles. Maybe I need a Mario Party map for inspiration. Hold on. We'll go here. There it is. Mario Party Jamboree map. There you go. Good enough. Let's take a look. Here's one. It's got a lot there. Goodness. Got happening spaces that change the board. Other spaces, but there's a lot of just generic blue spaces there. Anything else? Yes. Coconut Mall. But I see a lot of blue spaces, some item spaces, but just mostly a lot of blue spaces. Anything else? Western Land, Rainbow Castle. Lots of get from one area to another. This guy has everything pathed out on this map. This guy has a tier list of the boards. Apparently, the Coconut Mall, whatever map, it was so different he had to put 2 different sets. Ooh, this is nice, right? Because you can see all the different things. There's a lot of shot happening. Yes, Bowser, which is just the really bad spaces. That might probably be good to do, kind of scarce, but yes, I see now. Okay. So I will therefore kind of do it that way. So we're gonna have this sort of thing. I'll make a house sprite. You will not. You still won't be able to see it. I'm not fixing this, by the way. You don't get that luxury. The luxury of seeing me, fix it and seeing what I'm actually making. What are that way you don't have to see me fail miserably at stuff too. Goodness. Wow. I am never going to fix this placeholder art. This is utter pain. Goodness. But wow, they sure do have some nice houses. Let me tell you. These houses are pretty nice. There we go. We're going to give a door. Wow. So delightful. You can recognize that as a house, right? Sure, that's close enough. See, this is a house. If you don't see it, then you're wrong. Base layer. I should probably move all these down to floor layer. Maybe I should have an extra one for tile layer. Between base and floor. Tile layer. Which means I get to lock base layer. You are on tile layer. Move back over. Cool. I need to unlock that so I can switch all these around. Or maybe I just delete them all. Yay. Okay. So, base layer. You're going to be our starting tile. Very important tile, this one. And it will be marked by being just in proximity to everything else. That's how it'll go. Okay. And therefore, on tile layer, let's be a little lenient here. It'll be just a 6-sided dice because I feel nice. We're gonna have 2 ways to go. One's probably gonna be more safe route, and that's probably gonna be up. And another's gonna be a more dangerous route, and that'll be to the side. So, to contrast that, there you go. That'll tell you everything you need to know. All right. Now we're gonna have the people go through a town. Wow. Towns, how delightful. Look at this wondrous house right here. And it'll even have some event spaces around. Yay. Look at the great town. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, man. Like I like my point gets across, but this is what you gotta put up with. And I feel sorry. It's sad. Okay. So then once you make it through the town, right? And then maybe we get a coliseum or something. I don't know. Yay. Well, these are all on the tile layer. Oopsie doopsie. They need to go onto the floor layer. I was not paying enough. Nope, you're on the right one. Okay. I was not paying enough attention there. So maybe, therefore, I also switch you to an event space. Just to make it a little more lenient there. I'm not worrying about rigging just yet. I gotta make sure the game works before I can rig the game. I don't know what this event space is gonna do, but what if I know? Okay. What else do we add here? I mean, I am kind of interested in, gladiatorial combat. So I will do a gladiatorial arena. Give me a Coliseum. That'll work. If it's not spelled correctly, oh, who knows? I don't care. Okay. How do I make it good? No. I was about to say good looking. That's like a oxymoron here for me. Is that even what that word means? Like, nothing I'm gonna make here is gonna look very good. I mean, I'm drawing with a mouse, random circles and whatever. They're gonna, like, see it, and they're gonna be like, huh, what is that? And I'll be like, that's the Gladiatorial Coliseum. And they'll be like, oh, really? I couldn't tell. I'll be like, okay, thanks. And be so sad. And it'll just be really sad. I mean, maybe you can tell it's a gladiatorial arena right now. Right? Right? Yeah, I'm sorry. This is utter pain. Okay, I gotta salvage this. A sword. I'm gonna make a sword sprite. Just be like a gray sword. Because I can make something that looks like a sword at least. I'm not that bad at drawing. See, there we go. See, I can make this. And I can put it like that. I can make another one. And I can mirror it. And put it like that. See, now it's a little easier to tell it's a Colosseum, right? That did help. I hope. And then you got some event squares ahead of it. I'm stealing the 2 event square thing from Mario Party. Yeah, we won't worry about that. We'll add another choice off to this side. Yeah. And then from here, I'm gonna have some red spaces because, blood and guilt and whatever. And then one path will probably link down to the bottom, and then one path will go up. I'm just kind of randomly choosing red and blue. It doesn't really matter, does it? It'll just kind of give money either way. Playtesting is going to be a horrendous thing for this game, but I will figure it out later. Well, it'll all be on one computer, so yay, don't have to worry about multiplayer, right? But yeah, that's about it. So Colosseum, I always imagine Colosseums being near cliffs, so I will make a rocky texture, tiled sprite, rocky floor. I also just kind of realized that I kept putting down more incorrectly layered tiles. Go here. You are on floor layer. No, go on tile, please. Tile layer, you all, please. No, don't do it. Don't succumb to the floor. Don't let the floor eat you. The floor lies, and you lie on it. Anyway, that sounds good. All right. Now floor layer. Now they have my rocky floor. There we go. And just kind of make it like that. If I was a good game developer, I would have had the foresight to put in an object layer 2 for all the houses and coliseums and stuff. But that you're in the wrong place for that. Okay, so what's going to be the main appeal of the rocky area? Like the mountainous cliffs and whatever, right? Besides just being kind of a good training space. Speaking of, I probably should have a training tile, shouldn't I? Training tile. And this one will be... I don't know the icon. What's a decent icon? Probably a sword. So I'll just do that real quick. And then a sword. Yeah, that's a sword. You can recognize that. Training tile. So you're probably going to have to, you know, train up in the high mountain peaks and whatever. And I'll be a little quirky, and I'll put a training tile right there. Okay. So, you know, as you kind of get out of this, it'll be a few blue tile. I'm on the floor layer again. Come on. Now I gotta fix it. Tile layer. And tile layer. Is this one? Okay, I had the foresight to have it on the tile layer. Yes, as you touch the rocky area, you'll have some trouble as it's pretty red. But luckily, I don't know actually. This is a horrible map design. How many iterations will I have to go through before I make something usable? Who knows? Find out next time on Dragon Ball Z. Nah. Map's probably a little too big for 4 players, so I will try to cut it down just a bit. I probably kind of want to do an abyssal area down in this corner, because that sounds cool. And I think just about everyone would like abyss as an area. So we'll keep going up here. We'll have an event space every once in a while for like a rock slide maybe. Just depending on what I feel like. And then once we reach the top of this rocky area, we're going to have a bunch of training tiles all in a row. And there'll be an event space too. And then as you come back down, there'll be a lot of reds for a while. Higher concentration. Just because you're sore from all that training, you know. Training doesn't go easy on a man. And then you'll come out on this side. Now, what do I want over here? It's a great question. Here, before I do that, let me put a shop right over here. It'll be a big house is what this one will be. And it will have shop spaces. Not on the floor, Don't get that mistake again. See, I'm learning. It's great. And then maybe some blue spaces there. Those will just be your money. So I guess you'll have, a few stats. Your money, your life, your armor, and then your health. What do I do at a shop, though? Like, do I have to program a whole shop? I probably do. Whatevs. So this is like a training grounds for your power and strength and whatever. What's gonna be over here? It's a great question, me. I don't know. Uh, 'Cause I want the abyssal area down here. Right. Um, so maybe I'll fashion, I don't know. Huh. I didn't think it'd be that hard. Let's take a look at our inspiration again. Doo-doo. Here's Mario Party maps again. And let's take a look here. Ooh, what are you? Oh yeah, you're the Bowser place, and you got a vault, don't you? That's kind of cool. You have a bit of a rocky area. Well, we could do a beach area, sure. Or maybe a desert area. I don't know. Either way, I'm making sand. That's what I'm doing now. Sand. Sand. I mean, it's sand. So like, there isn't too much of a, thing with sand. You know it, I know it, everyone knows it. It's sand. I chose the wrong sprite type. Did I? I did, didn't I? I'll redo it, it's fine. Delete sand. No more sand. Snad. We're doing snad. All my homies hate sand. Everyone loves snad. And snad's not good. There's an attempt at a pun. Anyway, here is our snad. Snad. We'll have our snatty area. Snatty area. I fear that, this sort of area here will be a little too similar to this without something special to it. So I'm going to make water. Yep, that's right. We're doing full beach area. Water. Boy, I can't wait to go to the beach. Everyone loves the beach. There we go. Water. It's so blocky and weird right now, but don't worry. You'll get used to it. So let's start by making our tiles over there. Or away from there if you're weird, I'm on the floor layer again. I am not learning. This man is not learning. He will not get better. He will not pass go, and he will not collect $200. I'm probably going to have a little bit of variety in those blue spaces. Instead of just, you get money. Congrats. Sort of things. But of course, once I play test this, which will be a little while later, I'll have a decent idea of what everything will do. I don't know what those will do. I don't know. I'll figure it out. I just want, kind of the map and the movement to be working-ish. And I think it's only appropriate to have like a beach hut, which is another shop. It's long. Everyone likes long beach huts. Maybe I want more than a D6. Maybe it's a D10 instead, because of how much movement it looks like there's going to be around this board. Yay. And we'll have a few training tiles. Another event space. Extendo the snad as I put some more event spaces. And another training. I don't know what any of that stuff does. Or will do. And then that'll just kind of sit us over to this section, I suppose. Which I'd love a cut through this here. But I don't know what that would do. Not too party of a party game is this. But I do know I want an abyss area, right? Abyss area sounds cool. Abyss with an extra S, because, it's cool. And if I could, I'd put the cool S there. But I can't, so womp womp. We'll do you colored. When somebody asks what area this is supposed to be, and I say abyss, they're gonna be like, okay, cool. They know abyss. Everyone knows abyss. What is abyss area? It's abyss area, duh. Everyone knows abyss area. Like what? You're telling me you don't know abyss area? Please. This will probably be like our, monster area, high risk, high reward sort of thing. But I want it to be a little more than stats. So I will make a commitment to, watch that 4.5 hour long Vernius Dokapon playthrough. Okay? You have my word. You have my word. Maybe I just made a grave mistake, but who knows? I don't care. So yes, abyss space. Of course, maybe be better with a few visual aesthetics, but that'll all be for the polishing phase later on. I don't need to worry too much about it right now. So now let's make our little abyssy area, shall we? Red spaces, and of course I can change all these up later on. It doesn't matter. Do I want a abyssal shop? Nah, I don't want an abyssal shop. I'll do some trainings. Event. Yeah, the game isn't liking too much or the engine isn't liking too much when I'm adding new objects now. Event space. And then more event spaces. Let's force these guys a little up higher, shall we? And then I really don't know. It kind of feels like quite the limited variety of space types I've given myself here. And this will have you pop back up toward the top. It'll be whatever this small area is here. I don't know what type of area this will be. Let me see here. Coolest areas in RPGs, sure. This is not helpful. I don't want best RPGs, top RPG locations. Like, what's the coolest type of area? RPG location ideas. There's lots of cities. Lily pad, lake, abyss, art, snow. Sure, I can do snow. Everyone likes snow. This one would be snow. 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 There's snow place like this. Snow. Okay. Perfect. Just a little snow area right next to the abyss and the beach. You know, that's how it normally works. A little snow area. Okay. And then I'll kind of have it cut through there. Hmm. Have. Oh, I almost failed. Ha ha ha. We need the correct tile space. And then let's have a training and then an event tile. And then you're gonna start popping up right up about here-ish. I just put a random event tile like I know what I'm gonna do with it. Then we're gonna go up this way. And then 2 training tiles. Cool. Well, that's certainly map design. Huh. You know, it doesn't look too horrible now that I'm showing it up here. You know, from like this full view. Doesn't look quite as bad as I thought it would be. You know, of course, I'm sure it's no Dokapon Kingdom, right? But this is a random thing made for my friend's birthday. It'll be alright. Oh yeah, I was doing this all so I could do movements and tile and arrays and stuff. Yeah. I don't want to do that. Okay. So let us lock all our layers for the time being, right? No, except base. I want base. I want base layer unlocked. There we go. Now I can move my player around, just because. So I want to be able to let the player go from space to space. But preferably not backwards, you know? Because there's kind of no point for him to go backwards, right? It's either one way or the other, which I don't know. I said that I had an idea, but maybe maybe it's false. I don't know. I can't think of anything. You girl, yay! So let's see here. Hmm. Hum. Yeah, I am clueless. Okay. I'm a great game developer, aren't I? So let's first think here. I could make an array, say, from here go to this one and then teleport, right? Which honestly might not be a bad idea, considering everything's actually already assigned on an array, and you just don't know it. But you see in this corner, everything has its own thing, and I could multi-purpose it. If on this place, this pixel, go to this one, right? At least I think I can do that. If I go player 1, no, I don't need to worry about nodes. Yeah, I can test their X and Y positions. See? Perfect. And that can already be our array system, right? So I can go, well, it's a horrible array system, but, you get it. Well, even then, the whole system is horrible, isn't it? Especially for workshopping or whatever. I'd love to just be able to connect them up. Hmm. Which kind of makes me think I want to go back to my, other strategy. It's not like I can just go onto tile layer or something here. Go you, and I want to link you to something else. Edit behaviors. Yeah, because you don't have the link. Oh. Yawn. Take into account linked objects can reach. They can reach this object. I mean, I could try to manually link them, but I don't know how I do that. Variables, behaviors. There isn't like a link variable, is there? Nah. And of course, that link still doesn't quite work. Sure went to cancel. Yes. So in which case... Oh, God. I'd love to do the tiled path finding, but I don't think it works. Do I have a history? I do. Using the link to objects action. You're pulling up another thing. Linked objects. Link to objects. So, like what? Link to objects. There we go. So as to be able to get one from the other. But if I do the whole thing like this, that's going to be so overly annoying. It's not like a grid or anything. Allow diagonals. What if I try Ask AI again? My board is on no sort of grid. How might I be able to link up my spaces? Or, well, maybe link up the spaces isn't the right word for the AI. Well, I'm going to say be able to link up my spaces in a timely manner. Now let's see if this AI is smart or dumb. My money's on dumb. Just link them together manually. Create spot objects for each space. Install the linked objects tool. Yep. Beginning of scene. Do all of them. Can link in both directions. Ugh. On point 2. Is there a quicker way to do it? Linking that many tiles would not be good for the engine nor my time. AI. Ugh. Surely you realize that there has to be a better way to do it. Got anything? You're right. Like, come on. It always says, I'm right. Yeah, of course I know I am. But even still, you shouldn't have been wrong. Manually linking every tile is time consuming and will potentially impact performance. Yeah, having to do so many conditions. It's quicker, more efficient. Control zones and regions. What? Use proximity to simulate links. That's something I already said no to. Benefits of this approach. Zone size. What does it even mean by zones? Overlapping strategies that represent zones or regions. Think of these as areas where players consider near other spaces. What even does that mean here? Ugh. Annoying. Yeah, because I can't really do proximity because then you can go back. I don't want to go back. So we'll have to consider a different way about it. So I want to go here, and then I can go there, there. And then we continue along the line. Unless I have it like be an on rails thing, right? And then once it reaches one of these spots, it stops, right? So otherwise, it's just moving, and then stop. And then that's the tile. Which probably isn't too bad an idea. I just need to make that idea happen, right? Which is probably going to be, tedious and time consuming. But I could do it. Yeah. So let's think here. How would I make the on-rails thing work? I could once again look up online. Let's see. Rail shooter. Sure. Space shooter. No, that's not it. A railroad track? What is the most best way comma, to make a top-down railroad track whereon can go a train. I don't think that's what I want. On rails. Specify shooter. Can you give me an on rails shooter? Somebody publish an on rails shooter game. And it is. Ooh, yeah. Got copyright infringed. Ouchies. How sad. Yep, I'm not seeing anything. Oh, well. How sad. Oh, and you didn't even get to see any of that. How delightful for you, actually. Because, you know, there wouldn't be anything to see. So as such, perhaps we just have that tell us here. Let me go here. Maybe we have this tell us the angle to the next one, right? What thing did I click out of? Weird. I don't know. We have this have a variable that tells us the angle to the next one. I mean, maybe. It's not a horrible idea. And then it keeps doing that until we either reach an intersection, to which it will have two variables, depending on which selection we choose. Or we run out of movement, to which we stop on that tile. Which is probably a, I don't know. You have to go tell each one, you know, where to actually go. You know, because it can't just quite be nearest tile, because that might be behind. But it does solve our, you know, issue of having a hard time doing this. So if I go here, and that's not, what is it? Okay, whatever. Go variables, instance variables. I'll do it for the whole thing. Variables. Which will have a variable of next space angle, right? And it's just going to be the angle to the next one. So I can set this one to like maybe 10, right? And then this one could be 23, right? And so on. So on and so forth. And so I think this is kind of one to do off camera. So I'll leave it there. We made a nice little map. And we know what to do next. So, yay.